Good morning from Yami B TV, wishing you all a pleasant start to the week, right? So look, over the last few days, I've been getting lots of phone calls. Razor Smith, a man who I put as probably the most intelligent inmate that I ever met in prison, Joey Barnett, amongst four or five others. And all of them separate times over these few days are saying to me, Yam, listen, I was in 25 jails with you. I was in 15. I was with you from childhood to the 90s or all the way through to the millennium. I've never ever heard of you ever going with a man or doing favours for anyone, because the whole point of them calling you Yammy is because you was a greedy bastard. You never used to pay for nothing and you wouldn't do no favours for no one unless it's a paid bit of work, so to speak. We know all that. And also, run off where? Never, it's silly, stupidness. I've never run from no one in my whole life in there, if you get what I mean. So they're asking me, but they're telling me not to get involved and get involved in any exchanges with any fools online, because many things get said that are totally untrue. Now, Razor Smith's opening up a channel with his Inside Times, where he writes for various newspapers and things and that. Look out for that, because Razor will be coming on the show soon. I know many of you have been waiting for me and Joey Barnett to thing and that. Joey Barnett gets the Joey Barnett was a man who used to get the easy in prison. He wasn't really a socializer with inmates. At one time, I didn't even tell you, one time Joey Barnett was opposite me. It might have been in one of the Cat A locals, and I could hear screams from my room. I think its cellmate was in for something funny and was making noise at night. And apparently they alleged that Joey Barnett tried to strangle him and get rid of him. Because I remember the door open, the nighttime screws and all that come. And Joey Barnett's, he seems really pissed off at the moment as well with everything. But what he's telling me, saying, Yami, don't get involved, mate. No one believes anything. I know, but it's hurtful when you've got kids and you've got grandchildren and you've got things, and they ask you questions about fools online, saying certain things. Look, what I propose is this, right? So, my prison record, Oasis, it shows you who I'm a risk to, right? So on it, when I show you it all, I bring the paperwork, right? Because you get an Oasis and a risk report before you get out, or during different stages of your sentence. And mine says low risk to women, low risk to children, never no suggestions. All it highlights is all my nickings and adjudications when I get into trouble in prison, and what prisons I've been, alleged intelligence with certain things, right? Look, you got people saying that I was burgling vulnerable people and old people and that kind of stuff. Excuse me, I've got nothing of the sort on my record. When I was a high-class premises burglar, we know that we're not glamorizing crime, but we know that I used to go I was more of a jewel thief, going for high-valued jewelry, right? With, big high-class premises in rich areas, right? That's the best way to describe it, I'm afraid, right? You might get unlucky sometimes, and someone might come back, because when you go on spec or opportunist criminal moves without any pre-planning, you just see something. Look, you don't know if someone's going to come back. And I think one or two occasions someone did come back, but it will show you in the thing that, in fact, they slammed me and I legged it down the road, right? And a builder tried to apprehend me. He was 6 foot something. I weighed him in. That's on the record. But no lady. I've never threatened anyone by way of physical violence or anything, or gone into houses knowing that someone might be in there. That wasn't the way that I did my burglaries. All right. So that is clearly, it shows you clearly on there, right? And also, what was the other thing as well? Yeah, the robberies. Yeah, my burglaries have all been high-valued things. They're not some run-of-the-mill things. This is why I spent loads of years in prison in the beginning of time. I used to get substantial sentences, a lot of them consecutive, remember? And I served most of those years and their sentences in its entirety. The robberies were appalling, yeah? They were jump overs. I was on drugs. I was in the middle of the night. I was a crazed lunatic. Look, it quite clearly states in all my records, police records, we bring those too. Everything you've ever been nicked for, everything you've ever been questioned for, yeah? Bring all those things for you. You're going to say, Yami, stop it. You don't need to do all that. No, I'll do it. Let's see if other people can do. Yeah, okay? Let's see, yeah? Because if I tell you that I got proof, And I know my story. We know how it all started with me, yeah. There is an allegation that in the 90s that a man got killed in the showers. It was alleged that I might have been involved. I did appear in a courtroom bit, but it didn't go to trial, right? A serial killer stroke serial rapist. But it wasn't me. And the staff even admitted, three out of six members of staff said, no, I didn't see Yami nowhere near the showers. That's the only serious allegation from prison, apart from all the other rigmaroles and all that. And that wasn't me, okay? The antecedents from police records will show you vulnerabilities, the kind of thing. Mine are all one-way traffic, so to speak. All crime sprees in short periods of time on the out, with the burglaries 5 or 6 weeks out of complete madness and mayhem, shameful now and embarrassing. I'm going to give you some more stuff on how I feel in later life about some of the crimes, all my crimes that I committed, apart from stabbing one of my abusers when I was younger. And the robberies were the same style and fashion, where I was out there every night, and that didn't last long, did I? We know I've been out nearly 6 years without committing a crime now. Yeah, so mine are all high risk to the public if I offend again. Because it means I'm going to be on a spree and they'll all be looking for me. And I always left evidence behind. I wasn't the greatest criminal, was I? There's no selected people that I've chosen or specifically targeted, if you get what I mean. Any kind of hatred crime or racialist crime. No, nothing on there. My cousin, right, and a couple of other people, they was around my house, they found some bits of, they said, you know what? I can't believe they kept you in jail. You got F-all on your record. I said, I know, my prison behaviour is in fact worse than my criminal convictions, but in fact, I did do something because I was a thief and I probably frightened people a few times. On the robberies, I never put my hand on no one. It was more of a artful dodger thing for the moment, and then grab the money and whatever, man. It's the past to me now. I'm out here making amends and passing on my experiences. High risk to the public. On my oasis in prison, high risk to assaulting staff, yeah, which many men would have in there, me being, I was a loose cannon. But I'm not risk to anybody else. Women, children, older people, nothing, yeah? So I will be bringing it up to clear this up. Then we see what everybody else is saying, yeah? Because there's more coming on that soon. Sorry to open up with this morning. But I am feeling quite good, and I wish you all a pleasant day. But it's very grossly unfair. Not that we know people are going to go up there and spit venom and all that. But at least if you're going to talk things, make sure you got the facts. Because I have, right? I'll be up in a little while with Just for Today.